welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a mat flow that incorporates more bends and twists, getting us into that waistline. And honestly, it's great to work your abdominal wall in a lot of different directions, and also a great way to strengthen your back muscles. So take the twist as you can today. Don't feel like you have to force anything. And let's begin, have a little bit of fun. So starting out at the front of your mat, start out by crossing one leg over the other, and let's just do a little test. Stack your arms and see if you can lower yourself down all the way to your mat with control, placing your hips down and hands by your side. All right, adjust yourself how you need, plant your feet, and begin with your hands behind your thighs. Start to curl your tailbone under, drawing your abdominals in, and let's find that C shape with our spine. So start to roll back to the point where your arms straighten. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale, start to curl yourself back up. Stack your spine at the top. And again, curl the tailbone under, hollowing out those abs, rolling back to the point where your arms straighten. Pause, and exhale, curl yourself back up, and stack your spine. And again, tailbone curls under, draw those abdominals in to the point where your arms straighten. Now this time, see if you can keep your feet planted and extend your arms out in front of you. Then roll back just a couple more inches, and then up a couple inches. Good. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, lift it up. Maybe you go back a little bit deeper. Roll back a little bit more, and roll up. And again, roll back, hold it there for 4, 3, 2, grab a hold of your thighs, and then all the way back up, lifting. Okay, then from there, arms reach out. Unless you need to hold your thighs, you're more than welcome to stay there, but roll back halfway, hold it. Then, while rotating your spine, take one arm out to the side, rotate, and then back to center. Then the other side, twist, and back to center, and again, twist. So make sure that you're looking in the direction that you're rotating while still keeping your hips stable on the mat. And follow that arm. And center, other side, and twist. Let's do one more each direction, and twist. And center, other side, and twist. Return to center, grab those thighs, and come all the way back up, and stack your spine. We're going all the way back this time. So keep your feet planted, arms released, and then slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Okay. Adjust your feet so that your heels are lined up underneath your knees, arms by your side, and then curl your tailbone up, roll up into a bridge. Press firmly into your feet and your arms to elevate those hips a little bit more, and then roll down one vertebra at a time. Take your time. Upper, middle, low back, untouch those hips. 2 more bridges, just waking up the back a little bit more. And then slowly release all the way down. Last one, curl the hips up, standing into your feet, hold it up there for 4, 3, 2, and then all the way down through your spine. Go ahead and allow your hips to untuck. Draw your legs into tabletop position. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up, and start pumping those arms for the 100. And if you're ready for it, you take those legs out as well. Breathing in, nice deep exhale out through the mouth. So we're gonna do about a 50 out of that 100 today. Legs are zipped up, reaching forward, finding that energy underneath your arms. Full breath in, full exhale out. Keep pumping. 2 more sets. And like I said, we're gonna cut it short at about a 50 and do a little variation. So as you're curled up, I want you to reach one arm longer as I'm bending into the waist, back to center. Then the other side, reach and back to center. So again, you can take it back to tabletop if you need to. It's as if you're trying to reach longer to that other edge of the mat. 4, 3, center, 2, center, last one. Bend the knees, rest your head down. All right, extend those legs out to straight on the mat. Arms stretch back, just lengthen out the whole body for a moment. And a full roll up. So anchoring your legs, inhale, start to lift. Exhale, roll all the way up and take a reach forward. Now as you reach, still feel your waist pull back, dropping your head. Then start to roll back halfway, hold it. Transition to genie arms, twist for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms reach forward, continue that roll all the way down, arms reach back. keep it going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl forward with control. Reach. Roll back halfway again. Genie those arms and twist. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Arms forward. Roll all the way back. Yes, let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Anchor those legs. Curl forward. Reach. You know the flow now. Roll halfway back. Stack those arms and twist. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Reach forward all the way down. You got one left. And all the way up. Bend, curl, and reach. Roll halfway back. Stack those arms for 4 rotations. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. And all the way down. Yes, definitely starting to feel those abs. All right, so stay on your back here. Draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze, pulling in, opening that hip a bit. Then stretch that leg up to the ceiling. So we're gonna go into our single leg circles, but a little variation. So start with the leg going across. So right now my hip is anchored. I'm gonna do 4 regular circles. 3, 2, 1. Now same direction, but now as you circle the leg, allow the hip to come up, take a twist from the waist. And 3, so my hip comes off the mat. 2, and 1. Come back to center. Let's reverse those circles. Start with your hip down, down, across, and up. 3, and lift. 2. Now that bigger circle where the hip comes up. So down the same. As you go across, the hip goes up and over. 3, up and over. 2, across the body. And 1, come back to center. Go ahead and grab the back of your thigh. Lifting the head up, moving into tree. So start to climb up that leg all the way up to seated. Pull the chest forward towards the toes, stack above those hips. Pointing to flex the foot a few times. And then taking a twist. So if you can, grab the outside of your foot. You can even do ankle or calf, but find a rotation here. While staying in this twist, try looking back at your hand, and then take a little lean back, and then back up, stacking above your hips. So stay in that rotation, reach to the back edge of your mat, and up. Using those obliques to help you here. Reach back, and lift up. Final one, reach back, lift up, come back to center. See if you can let go of that leg, abdominals in, and roll all the way down with control. Good, into leg kicks, lower the leg down for 8 kicks. Stable hips, 7, 6, 4 more, 3, lift, 2, and 1, lower that leg with control. All right, let's roll the other knee into the chest, into the chest. Opposite leg reaching out long, giving that hip a break. And stretch the leg up to the ceiling. So first set of leg circles, hips are planted across, and lift. 3, and up. Sharp lift to the ceiling. 1, now start lifting that hip across over, using your waist, and lift. 3, now while I'm doing this, my shoulders stay connected to the mat. I want that stability. All right, let's reverse those circles. Open, down, across, and up. Stable hip at first. 3, and 4, here come the bigger ones. So go down, go across, twisting from the waist. 3, over and up. 2, and 1. All right, grab the back of that thigh, lift the head, start climbing up, up, up the leg. Lift your chest to your toes, shoulders back, and then find the twist that works for you. Foot, ankle, or calf, reach back and over your shoulder. See if you can elongate that leg a little bit more. Circle the rock back. Lift while lifting your twist. And keep that leg long. And up. 1 more. And all the way up. Come back to center. Lengthen out the leg, let go of it, and slowly roll all the way back with control. Yes, let's go to those kicks. Lower and lift for 8. Sharp kicks, up. Keep your pelvis steady here on the mat, right? So without arching the back. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg. All right, arms transition up and start to roll yourself all the way up to seated. Great. Okay, so I'm going to stay seated in this position. If those hamstrings are still a little tight, or your hips, feel free to pop the knees. Bend whatever gets you to be a little bit taller in this seated position. Legs glued together, hands on the back of the head, sit up tall, and then exhale, twist to one side. Now as you rotate, make sure those elbows stay wide, you're rotating the spine. And back to center. Other side, use the exhale as you wring out the waist. And center, and exhale, twist. And center, other side, and rotate. Also pay attention, does one leg kind of shorten or can the legs stay nice and long as you twist the upper body? And center, other side, and twist. And center, one more each direction, sitting as tall as you can. And other side, rotate. Back to center, releasing those arms. Let's come to hands and knees. Tabletop back here. All right, so we're gonna go with hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Start out with a cat-cow stretch. Push down into your hands and round your spine. And then release, look forward, extend, open the chest, stick out the tailbone. And then again, exhale, round, that just feels good. Tuck the head, tuck the tail. Then release, expand the chest forward. One more, rounding. And releasing. All right, so from there, let's take our right arm forward, our left leg back. Find a nice strong back, abdominals in, and then bend knee and elbow in for 4. So we're gonna progress with this, starting kind of easy. 2, 3, and 4. Release the hand and knee down. Let's do the other side. Extend out, strong back, hips and shoulders squared, and then exhale, bring it in for 4. Reach long, and 3, lengthen out, 2, and 1. All right, place it back down. Then, if you can either stay there or float your knees off of the mat, drawing the abdominals in. Play with extending the arm out and the leg back, maybe, and then maybe you just float them up. Play with going up and down. 3, using the breath. 2, and 1. Lower down. Keep those knees floating if you can. Arm and leg reach out, abs lifted, and float up for 4. One side's always a little bit stronger than the other. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Sit it back just for a second, child's pose. Sit back towards your heels. Stretch out that upper body. And we're right back to it and lift up. Now going into a full plank position. So extend your legs out behind you. Abdominals engaged, pressing away from the floor. And then send your hips back into that downward dog position. And again, transition back into the plank. We'll do that 4 times. Exhale, 3. Neck is nice and long. 2. And starting to get a little bit more bendy here. So let's lift our hips up, extend your left leg to the ceiling. Now as you come in, draw your knee into your chest and curl your nose into your knee. Then take the leg up to the ceiling. You're gonna do an arch of the back, foot towards the head, right? And again, bend inward, and then do like a little back bend. Nice, I'm still keeping my hip aimed towards the floor as I do this, by the way. Staying squared. Last one, in, and extend. Cool, all right, let's lower the foot, other side. Opposite leg goes up, so draw the knee in towards the nose, so round in, and then arch the back, foot towards the head. Yep, 3 more. Breath. 2. Arch. That knee bend. Last one. Arch. And lower the foot. Separate your feet wide as the mat. Walk back enough so your heels go down. Take your right hand to your left calf and ankle and twist. That was kind of fun, right? We're going to play with another variation there, giving your wrists a little bit more of a break for a moment. Send those hips up to the ceiling. You straighten your legs a little bit more. Release, other side. Reach for the ankle calf. Look underneath that shoulder. And release. All right, from here, transition out and lower down to your forearms. So my elbows are directly underneath my shoulders, legs are glued together this time, abdominals in. And then I'm turning from the waist down and back to center. So use that exhalation, rotate as if you're trying to stack your hips. And back to center, other side and twist. And center and twist. Try to keep your gaze forward ahead of your mat. mat, so the neck stays long. And center, and twist, and center. Last 4. Prop up firmly on those forearms. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, lower your knees, sit it back, take a little child's pose stretch. A little rest pose, maybe come off the wrist for a moment. And release. All right, one more here in this plank position. Transition yourself from sitting back towards your hips. Okay, so I have my feet apart, parallel. And then from here, start to round your spine. Bring it forward until you come to the front of your mat, and then unfold into that extension. I'm gonna untuck my toes here. And then round your back, curl chin to chest, round back over your hips. Let's do that again. Round forward, take it forward into an extension, take your gaze forward. And then curl your head in, round the spine, lifting your waist and it back. Now let's try it more as a full plank, right? So start out in that downward dog position, start to round through your upper back, bring it forward, hips stop as if they're in a plank, but then lift the chest up. Good, and then curl the head under, lift your waist, send yourself back over your feet. It's like an upstretch version from Pilates on the equipment. Round back, stop, look forward, open the chest. And then curl the head under. Remember to lift up through those abdominals, lift the waist, send it back. So slower is actually much more challenging on this. Let's do it one more time. Round the back, take it forward, drop the hips, look out, extend, and then curl the head under, lift up through the waist, and send it back. Yay. All right, let's lower down to our knees. All right, cool. So let's take the legs now. I'll face you guys on this one. Separate your legs a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Arms out to the side, twist one way for saw, and slide forward, reach past that foot. Now my opposite arm presses back, going into that twist, reach. Come up through the twist, and unwind. Other side, twist, slide forward, reach. Lift up through the twist, and unwind. Other side, twist, slide forward, reach. Use the breath, lift up, and unwind, and again, twist, slide forward, reach. Up and then flow for 4. So twist, reach, lift, center. Other side. So you want stable hips as you're flowing through this. That's part of the challenge, just the upper body does the rotation. Other side. Up and unwind. All right. So transition now onto your right side. I'm going to do this one on a straight arm for the side plank. If you want to drop down to your forearm, that's an option. You can even drop down to this bottom knee if needed. Okay, otherwise, up here, fingertips rotated to the front corner of my mat. And let's go with not stacking our legs today. Hips are stacked, but let's just unstack our legs. Top arm up to the ceiling. First, you're starting with a rotation. So rotate inward. I am not moving my hips, I'm just turning my upper body. Then come back to center, arm stays up, dip the hips 2 inches or so, bring them right back up high, and twist again, rotate, back to center, a little hip dip, yep, and bring it up high, and twist. So I like to think of like the underside of my body almost like a rainbow arc, so you lift those hips up, staying out of the wrist. One more, twist, open, a little hip dip, and up. From here, transition to a full plank and just go to the other side. Okay? So first rotate, open, drop the hips 2 inches, bring them up high, and twist, and open, and lower, and lift. Good, 2 more. You got this, keep those hips up. Yes, last one. And up, transition back to that regular plank and walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees, grab a hold of opposite elbows and just hang there, shake out the head and neck. Pull those elbows to the floor to get that nice stretch to the upper back. And then release your arms, shake out the head a little bit more, and then roll up slowly, stacking your spine. And of course, ending on our feet. Take a big stretch up, and then side stretch over one way, and lift, grab the other wrist, side stretch over, and up. Both arms reach up, and then release your arms down to the ground, bringing your feet together. So thank you for joining me for today's workout. Hopefully you feel nice and warm, got a good routine in, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see, please be sure to comment. Let me know what you'd like to see on this channel, as it is yours, and I want to provide classes that work well for you. Also, be sure to subscribe and share it with a friend that may enjoy these workouts. Have a great day. See you next time.